in charge.
Really?
Who's running the show?
All right, we almost ready? Oh, yeah.
They did really well. No more interest.
I don't have a gavel.
That's what that was.
That was him, just,
Trying to get people's attention.
Michael let us know for.
It worked from almost everyone. There were two people that still didn't.
You know, I haven't been here in a while, so we're just catching up.
Forgot what runs. Yeah, we're good.
All right, so good morning, everybody. We'll call the Yates Capital Resource Corporation meeting to order here at 7:34. Thank you all for being here. We do have two guests, Mr. Jim Moon in the room here. Thanks for being here, Jim. And our attorney, Steve Meyer, is online. So good morning, Steve. Thanks for joining. I don't think we need an executive session for this meeting.
Nope.
So we would then move on to the review and approval of the minutes from our March 26th meeting. I think it's the last time this entity was together. The minutes are included in your packet. And I would ask for a motion to approve.
Marisa.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Sure.
Thank you. Any discussion or suggested changes to the minutes? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. Any changes in the agenda, Steve?
Nope.
All right. Doreen, anything to
I do
report
not
for the
have any
finance?
finance report.
All right, but on the financial related end of things, we'll move on to action items, which is the 2026 budget for the CRC.
Yeah, we have to have. It's I think I remind this every year. We have to get our budget submitted to the state by the end of this month.
Because we know on-time budgets are a priority at the state.
And at the federal level.
And at the federal level.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
just saying.
I wanted to put that there.
The state does its best job it can in getting the budgets turned in on time. We appreciate Governor Hochul trying to get it done on time.
I guess we got to our job.
We're doing
Right,
our part.
so-
We are doing our part.
We can amend our budgets later. We just have to have them in. So
Sure.
what we present to you now, and we got out for you to take a look at it a little bit earlier, is sort of our best, probably 90%, 95% complete. We're confident anyway, so that we can make amendments later to it without any sort of penalties or anything like that. But the CRC is always the toughest one because it's basically exists because of a tax exempt bond we did for QQ College a while back. You know, it's we have to show a positive. we have to show at least a break even budget unless another tax exempt bond opportunity comes in. You know, that becomes a little bit challenging every year. So, and we did because we think the EDC's budget might be a little bit tighter this year. We did amend the loan management fee on the expenditure. You'll see that's up a little bit from 2025. Just to help balance things off a little bit on the EDC.
Well, actually, the loan management fee,
Down.
we
Yeah.
reduced it
Yeah.
to 75% that we talked about last year.
It's increasing because
For
it's
that.
the interest income is increasing.
Right.
In the projection. I think the management fee is supposed to be 100% of the interest income.
Correct.
And so it's being projected at 75%. Which I think makes sense to do that to make sure that the entity's whole. Like it has to pay for its auditing and it has to pay for insurance and then anything above that.
We discussed that last year for this and Horizon, so.
Could you adjust this during the year to make it a break even from actual costs? The legal and accounting?
We
No, we don't.
not much.
I'm
No,
just curious.
no. We put this in. There's almost zero activity with it.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was thinking.
enough so
Does this
like when
get
the
out?
audit comes every year, right? There's
Yeah,
enough.
that's what I
There's
mean.
enough tracking there for sure that you know the audit has all the materials it needs to accurately report on it. We don't provide the board with a monthly budget update from.
No, I'm not looking for that. I'm just curious. You've got 25.
Showing a loss.
Yeah. So you must adjust at some point to make it break even, right? Or you don't need to?
No, we just have to have the budget has to show a positive, has to at least be break even, the annual budget that we submit.
If it ends up having
The actual,
loss,
yeah,
that's
Not a big deal.
that's not a big deal.
budget versus actual.
Okay, are there any questions on the budget? I know this one is, there's a couple lines on it, so it's not super complicated, but any other discussion points? Okay, hearing none, I'd ask for a motion to approve this presented budget.
So moved.
Thanks, Steve. Is there a second?
Second, Janice.
Thank you, Janice. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. So that's gonna conclude our agenda for today for this entity. We'll have our next meeting when needed. And I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thanks, Jared. Is there a second? Okay, we are adjourned. And we will then call to order the Finger Lakes Horizon Economic Development Corporation here at 7:39. We have a very, very similar agenda here for this entity, starting with the review and approval of the minutes from our September 17th meeting. Again, they're included in the packet. Would ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
Marisa.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Steve.
Steve. Any discussion on the minutes or any recommended changes? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. Any changes in this agenda? Any?
Maybe. Yeah, let's put under action item, CD rate discussion.
Okay. Oh, it's held by, it's an EDC or Horizon CD?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Yeah,
We
okay.
don't have one right now.
Okay. Is there a finance report?
Yes, I have two checks today totaling $11,710.64. It consists of check number 392 and 393. Most of that is the quarterly loan management fee, July through October.
Okay. All right. Any questions on those couple checks? They're in the detail report that was sent out too. All right. I'd ask for a motion to approve the finance report and then, well, accept the finance report and approve paying those specific bills, checks.
So moved.
Thanks, Steve. Is there a second?
Janice.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. For action items, we have the 2026 budget approval for the Horizon entity, and similarly, it's a pretty straightforward budget, only a few items here. All right, would ask Steve, there's a couple big changes in the projected budget from where we've been these last couple of years. I don't know if you can expand on the interest income and and remind everybody the grant source.
The interest income is, again, just basically, interest rates are higher than what they've been in the past. The grant is potentially some pull-down funds from the Dundee grant.
Potentially Dundee, but we still have the Penn Yan Building Improvement Fund that will likely be next year. Dundee Main Street grant will likely be 27, but has the potential, if the project goes faster than anticipated, to have some or all of it drawn in 26, but I anticipate it being 27 for Dundee.
There's administrative funds within those grants to allow for some of the time involved in the grants. And again, Doreen put 75% of the typical loan management fee. The other discussion, though, that we had talked about, just last night, actually, so we didn't have time to put it in here or anything at all. But as we were looking at the CD rates for the EDC, some of those funds, we do have roughly a million in available funds through the Horizon EDC that just sit there in a checking account, not making any interest whatsoever. There's nothing that precludes us from investing that money. The bit of a challenge is the entrepreneur. It's kind of our entrepreneur fund, which is a pretty active fund. The challenge will be balancing how much should we decide to put some of that money away. You do it in a money market, you do it into a short-term CD, 30, 60. I don't know that I would dare go past 90 days with it, and then if so, how much? But
yeah, or definitely breaking it into, you can ladder them. You know, if you had $1 million, you could do 200 each CD, so that if you had to break a CD to fund a loan, you're only, a lot of CDs have termination penalties to break them early, but if you're only breaking a third of it or a fifth of it, and then that your interest income on the others is going to outweigh that. So that would be an idea if you're going to consider
I like that
more
idea.
CDs.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Especially when it's short term. Would you ever think you need a considerable amount? I mean, it's $1 million, you said?
not for any one project. If we had a whole bunch of projects, not a whole bunch, 3 or 4 projects came in at one time looking for money, it could add up to, we will go up to 150 sometimes we get a little bit higher than that, but the average is usually 100 to maybe 120,000.
So you do a third of that 60 days, a third of 90, and a third.
Just try to hedge whatever that penalty may be with keeping the 3/4 of it in something that gets
Maybe
return
even
on that.
keeping
Even if
100,
we-
keep 100 in the checking account and put the rest into 3 different CDs.
Yeah, and it will just take a little bit of forecasting on my part. If I get a loan application in that might be going to that from the entrepreneur loan fund, by the time I get the application, process it, get to board for approval, and then closing, we're likely can stretch it to that, the maturity date, so that we don't have to pay a penalty.
Makes sense.
It's always good to have a banker.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes good sense to do something like that. That's a separate line item, I guess. We can keep that as, we did add that as the second action item, maybe continue on if there's any other discussions on the budget, and then we can have an action if people
Perfect.
make
Yep.
that recommendation. Are there any other questions on the budget itself?
And again, this one hasn't seen, this used to get funded annually from the Community Benefit Fund that was part of the Empire Pipeline project. That has since, for annual contributions have expired. This would be year 3,
I think so.
maybe, that we haven't received that money.
But a bulk of our lending activity comes through this
That's all
entity,
that, yeah.
where a lot of the funds are held and where most of the loans are. So the interest income is greater here. Okay, and I'd ask for a motion to approve this presented budget.
So moved, Jared.
Thank you, Jared. Is there a second?
Steve?
Thank you, Steve. Any further discussion or questions here on the budget? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. We'll circle back to this CD discussion. Right now, it sounds like the funds are in a checking account, so maybe a motion could then give management the ability to break up how specific should we be on this? I mean, I think leaving some amount of money in that checking account to fund a request on a shorter turnaround time makes sense. If you guys have an idea on what that number, is it 100 or?
Yeah, we haven't
125 or
we didn't
something.
even get into that.
I think, unless you have any active loans ready to come in for the RPEG, or for the entrepreneur fund.
One potentially for Dundee could be a bridge grant, bridge loan for the Dundee Main Street grant. That wouldn't exceed 100, and then just for the project, it's likely closer to 50.
We've got like the next 30 days.
Yeah, not, it wouldn't
Have
fund
the
in the next 30
application.
days.
It wouldn't fund, no. It would, we might have it for approval next
Yeah,
month,
okay,
but,
then,
yeah.
yeah. Well, we could do
30, 60, 90 or
30, 60, 90, do 300 in each. That leaves 95,000 and change in the balance in the checking account. And if we do that, we have the CD rates.
You're basically, then you're getting close to, I think it's 30, almost 30 a month back in deposits for loan
Oh, right,
payments.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, so it regenerates pretty quickly too. For that one.
Yeah.
There's $1 million out. There's $1.3 million that's actually extended
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. You're getting roughly
So
30.
we have, yeah, so if we leave the 95,000 plus what we get back, we'll be fine. So Lions Bank is 4%. They have the highest rate at 30, 60, and 90 days, all at 4%. So we could do 300 in each one of those at Lions.
I'll abstain from the vote. We have a quorum without me voting.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan.
Right?
Anyone else? I like it.
All right, would someone then make the motion to authorize management to put those reserve funds into the 3 laddered CDs as presented by Steve?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll
thank you,
second
Steve.
it.
Seconded Janice. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any against? And then any abstentions? I will abstain from that.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other action items? All right, so the next time we get together for this entity is on an as-needed basis. If there's a loan request that comes through. With that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Janice.
Janice, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Steve. We are adjourned. And we will turn right around and call the third and final meeting to order. This is for the Finger Lakes Economic Development Center, and we are called to order at 7:51. Do we need to have an executive session for this entity?
We do, to talk about our ongoing litigation with the town of Milo.
Okay, I'd ask for a motion then to enter executive session for that stated purpose.
So moved.
He's so good.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So moved.
Okay? and
Second.
Seconded, Janice, okay. Stream is good, we'll come
Yeah,
out.
it should be good, all right.
Big sport consistent. I mean, but these have
You don't have
these
to let
sparks that,
motions,
you know, sometimes the curlers are hard to like
No, we don't?
get your arms around to focus
Yeah.
in and use that in a
And that's not
productive way,
bad,
you
so we can
know?
push that
Do you
next year.
have, wait, do you have experience with it?
Next
Are
month,
we-
no problem.
Good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, I read
I
it
would
like it.
ask for a motion to
Yeah.
enter open
That's
session.
awesome.
So, Jared?
Thank you, Jared. Is there a second?
Second, Janice.
Janice, all right, we're back in open session with no specific action items taken in executive session. And we will move on our agenda here to the review and approval of our minutes from our, from our September 17th meeting. Looked at the wrong agenda for a second. So the minutes are included in the packet. Is there a motion?
So moved,
Thank you,
Janice.
Janice.
Second, Jared.
And a second, Jared. Any further discussion or suggested changes?
Yeah.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. Are there any changes in the agenda?
Yes. We're gonna, you want to table Canandaigua Shores?
Yeah. Steve, that's year end, right? When that expires?
I'd have to check, I believe so.
I'm fairly certain myself, so, yeah, we'll table that till next month.
We don't have the actual resolution yet for Canandaigua Shores sales tax extension. So table action item 1, add number 5, which would be City Hill construction expansion. And because we have Janice for 7 more minutes, I I might suggest that we,
Just move action items up.
move action items 3 and 5 to next on the agenda.
Sure, yeah, we can do those next. Any other changes?
That's probably enough.
As long as you're not abstaining, there's no other changes.
Yeah, okay. With that, then, we will skip down to action item 3. There is a CD renewal. The current CD is listed, Dorian handed out the sheet. It matures here later in October.
You see them in front of you, so this is for, you can see it's about 1.1 million. You got the rates in front of you. It's currently with L&B. The odd one here is the Wayne Bank has offered a 7-month at 4.05%, which would be the highest rate on the table. I'm not sure what interest rates are doing. I think there's some thoughts that they're gonna go down. So maybe locking in at that amount for 7 months would be the way to go, just because of the length, and it's the highest one.
Would we revisit that in 7 months?
Yeah.
And this is the $1,096,000?
Yep.
And there'll be additional interest, obviously, when it matures. We just didn't know.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the CD at Wayne Bank for 7 months at 4.05%.
Second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then I'll abstain. The next item is the, as you said, 4 or 5? 5, all right, so
The
5, the City Hill project. Mike had sent the summary out in email. For this one, I'm gonna abstain. I'm not the loan officer that works on the account, but they have banking with Lions Bank, and it's my department and my team, so I'd rather abstain if I can.
Yes.
See, that's a little fast, so you've got 6 minutes to get through this.
Okay. So City Hill Excavating Incorporated has applied for a straight leaseback, requesting property sales and mortgage tax abatements from us. Sent the update last week. They're a residential and commercial excavating and site work company, sand and gravel pit, and commercial snow plowing. They are putting up a 8,700 square foot addition and renovating their existing space, roughly 500 square feet of that. Project will allow them to complete routine service and major repairs on their equipment on site, room to store parts, and perform modifications that's typically outsourced. So we'll save them a lot of time, money, to do it all on site. The total project cost is $1,023,500. And the project is projected to create 3 new jobs, and they currently have 44 full-time equivalent positions, all of which will be retained. The top sheet that I passed out there shows what the project is projected to do for both temporary construction jobs, which is 7 direct and 1 indirect, and then ongoing indirect and direct jobs not created by City Hill, but the kind of trickle-down effect. There'll be 4 other positions created a part of this project throughout the community. So looking at the financial, the projected savings for the company, the incentives, slightly different numbers on this sheet as it factors in an escalator on the
Mike,
property
yeah.
tax abatements.
On the top, it's 7-1 and a total for 9, is that just a?
That's all pre-populated.
Okay.
So on this spreadsheet, so
Probably a rounding error.
I'm thinking so, yeah. So there's no inputs from us on that. We just use their industry code. And that pulls those indirect induced jobs in there. So it's a standard 10-year pilot, non-manufacturing. Projected property tax savings over 10 years is $39,326. That's using a net present value. They have also applied for a sales tax exemption, which is $31,680, and mortgage recording tax exemption of $7,500. So the total projected savings to the company is $78,506 over 10 years. Working your way down, it shows what the total community benefits are. So between the 3 created jobs, the direct and indirect jobs to be created a part of the project, they will be paying just under $3.8 million in total wages over 10 years. So you're combining that with the capital investment, you have a total benefit to the community of just under $4 million, $3,953,007. So when you compare those two, the projected incentives, the cost of the community, and then the benefits to the community, you have a 50-to-1 ratio. The town of Torrey has approved the project locally. They were the lead agency for the seeker environmental review. They said there is no adverse effects and issued a negative declaration. So part of our final resolution would be accepting the town of Torrey as the lead agency and accepting their findings. We got through it in 3 minutes, so any questions?
Hold on.
Anybody have any questions for Mike on the project itself?
I'm sorry?
Does anybody have any questions for Mike on the project? The resolution, the way it's worded, would be this is the final approval from our end because it is under that $100,000 in incentives. There's no public hearing and no other, so this is kind of some one and only
Thank you. Yep.
time on the agenda and for the approval here. Some of the others, when it's over 100, we have an initial resolution, and there's a public hearing, and then it comes back for a final.
Yep.
So just
Thanks for the reminder.
Say that.
So again, we had projected savings right now at the discounted value is $78,000, so they're safe.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that shows 9, by the way, Jared. I looked in it might be an error in their worksheet.
Yeah. Table down at the
Or
bottom.
it's, they have it rounding in the.
Yeah.
7.4 and
Table at the
1.4.
Yeah.
Then it would be your 7.3 and 1.3, it would round up to 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any questions?
Hoping that is not enough.
We would ask for a motion then to approve this resolution.
So moved, Janice.
Okay, is there a second?
Steve?
Steve, okay. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on, and this will be a roll call vote.
Okay, Ryan,
I abstain.
Janice,
Yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
Jesse's absent, Amy's absent, Steve,
Yes.
and Jared.
Yes.
Okay.
54 seconds to spare, Janice.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
No lights between here and there. But
Even better.
Perfect.
the students love it. They, oh, her car's not there. Yes, we don't have class today.
I doubt it.
Never.
Probably their favorite class of the year, of the week. All right, well, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Janice.
Have a good day, you guys.
You too.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna loop back up to number 5, the finance report. Do you have anything you wanna share on that, Doreen?
Yep, bills to be paid today total $44,625.56, and I see on the check report, my calculation, it didn't go down to the bottom there, but it is in the last column, it just didn't total. And check numbers 70110 to 7029 and E267 to E271. So also check number 1300 from the revolving loan fund totaling $674.11. And we, there wasn't anything, I don't think. Capital improvements was high because we had the half done for the elevator modernization project, which is mostly why we were in the negative that month for September. And Year to date, we're doing well. Taking like that thing, I don't know if anybody's got any questions on anything. Loan reports.
Okay, does anybody have any questions on any of the presented material for Doreen? Okay, hearing none, then I would ask for a motion to accept the finance report and approve paying those specific checks outlined to us.
So moved.
Thank you, Steve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jared. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's carried. And then on to the management reports.
I
Guys
don't
have some highlights to share?
I don't have any updates.
A lot of grant work this past month, which I was highlighted in my management report. Other than that, 2 community activities coming up over the next couple weeks. This weekend, Saturday is trunk or treat in the village of Penn, which is always a fun event. My 3-year-old is really looking forward to it.
What's he got this year? What's
He's a train, of course.
Train, yeah.
He's obsessed.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's been on a few rides, and that's all he plays with at home. So he's
Go get
excited.
engineer.
He's got that mindset already. And then November 1st is the Fall Festival in the village of Penn as well. They're still actively seeking vendors for the event. I think I saw 11 or 12 different food options between food trucks and some other vendors. And I believe this year, and it's not, I have to follow up on it, but it should be confirmed by now that they will have a liquor license to have a craft beverage tent, craft beverage area. So, which would be a new addition to that, which they have not offered in the past.
The adult trunk or treat.
That's the Fall Fest.
Yeah.
Fall Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
That's it.
yeah. If there's any questions, I'll do that for now.
Okay.
My only, this wasn't part of what was emailed to you, but I, just kind of a summary of the county sends out a weekly job report, and it's not all encompassing, but
The
it's.
very
it's-
last page of the packet.
It's those who at least go through Yates County Workforce and Department of Labor for job openings. So I just summarized what it looked like for October's report. You can see that there's somewhere between 165 and 200 job openings just listed on that they go through workforce development. And again, that is not all inclusive, so still a pretty aggressive need for employees out there.
Just off the cuff, what's the number of unemployed people right now in the county?
I think 400 is the number shown,
Okay.
so, yeah, they should be.
Jobs to be had.
Yeah, jobs to be had. I know a challenge has been in the past, lots, I don't know if it's still true, in the past, there's been lots of medical exemptions listed.
I got you.
But, so, I'll start to do that maybe a little bit more when they come out. And then I didn't get a chance, I'll email it out, where we are with the Leadership Yates program, which I'm pretty excited about now. The update, I don't really have anything beyond that update, just hopefully, even still this week, I'm hoping there's a chance to get some of the final pricing of it flushed out. I do have the cost to have it done, which is, I think, $19,200. So
What would the target class size be?
ideally no more than, ideal would be about 15 to 16 participants. I don't think we could do more than 20 realistically and have it still be meaningful. It'd be, now we're looking at 6 sessions plus a virtual session. And instead of having, the challenge we had before is trying to jam it all into one project, the community element of it. So now each session will have a community element built within it. So, for instance, like building culture. It's session 2, and so within it, we'll try to talk about how do you build a culture within your own community, or so how do you become part of the culture of your community. So we'll add elements to that, and the team at Intent are kind of working with me right now to develop each of those within it. So
Cool.
I'm hoping to get some corporate sponsors. I'm hoping to get possibly some grant funding to help cover that cost. And I think I don't think we're gonna have a difficult time finding at least 10 to 12 participants. The first one I think is always the hardest one, and then word of mouth will hopefully spread if it's done correctly, and I think it will be.
Who is the audience? Who they be pulled from?
It will be anyone. It's anyone within Yates County. It can be employees or residents, and somewhere either in that current management or maybe employees identified as future
Gotcha, okay.
leader type positions that could go through it.
We have within our organization, we have a Future Leaders conference every year annually. We do it at a local, usually it's at Brockport. They've been really good about supporting it, but similar idea.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I'm excited by it. I think it'd be.
Yeah, it's been a really well received thing for us.
They did something very, very similar at the Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Rochester Chamber. It was called Leadership with Intent, Leading with Intent, something like that. Or intentional leadership. I'd get all the words together or something. And it was really, really well received. In fact, like they had a number of the participants say, all right, what's the second session of this thing? So they're busy trying to put that together. So we're just adding in the community part. But I'll email that out. That's it.
Okay, thank you guys for the updates. We'll move on to the remaining action items that we have, and so item 2 here is the 2026 budget. It's included here, it is the one legal size piece of paper. For easy storage in your folders.
Challenge this year on the legal size paper was our potential legal expenses. So-
Health insurance.
And
it
health
was
insurance,
this year,
yeah.
health insurance, yep.
One thing, I think I bring this up sometime, but the capital reserve, we're showing a deficit here in the budget, so it doesn't make sense to pull money, 50,000 out of a reserve to then fund it back into a reserve. I don't know why we shouldn't probably show that as a line item on expenses. If we're in a surplus situation, that makes sense to tuck 50,000 into
Yeah,
a
you
reserve.
wouldn't put it in reserve, right. Yep.
But when you're in a deficit scenario, as far as from the budget standpoint, I don't think that's something we have to I know it's not something we have to show.
Correct.
In operating standpoint, it's positive, but then with the capital plans here
Right.
being negative, it would almost make more sense up above to have a revenue item, the drawdown of capital reserve, to then balance the, if you had that under other income or something like that. I don't know if we need to show it that way to the state, but under other income down here at the bottom, if there was capital reserves used as a funding source to then fund the Cuca Business Park improvements, and then the bottom number, the net would be zeroed out.
Right.
Move it up.
That makes sense.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
The agency fees is taking a jump up, but that's because projects feeling like there's a good likelihood of some new projects coming along.
That'd be the hope.
Yeah.
There's a couple that we've identified that should go. We also are optimistic on some of the other ones that have like a per unit sale income that we're optimistic on. We did go back and look. We've averaged $275,000 over the last 5 years. So
That's great.
it's not a substantial jump up from what we've averaged. And there's even, like I was gonna say, maybe there's a big outlier in there, and there's two big outliers. It was, I think our best year was like 480 something, 470 something, but we also had a $28,000 year, 30,000. So you throw both of those out, we're still pretty much right back to where we are.
And then the railroad pilot, the difference, I mean, we don't know what we're gonna get because it's based on their financials. We just received their financials yesterday, so the 60,000 for 2026 is an average as well.
But that's a wash.
With it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what-
it's a wash,
It's a
but
wash.
We did increase their pilot payment this year, so.
One of the things, Steve, that you would, the interest income, it's, I know we're at 140 projected, and then you're dropping to 50. The other budgets had an increase on the interest income. Is there a reason for the decline here on this budget sheet?
again, don't know what interest rates are gonna do. I assume they're gonna come down, and then of course it depends on our CDs gonna get tied up for 7 months. Yeah, that's a little conservative number probably, but again, don't know. I assume that,
Yeah, we were.
I assumed interest rates are coming down,
Okay.
so.
It's the inverse of what
Right.
the other budget sheets had, so I was just curious if there was
What? Just to
logic in.
clarify on, I think the top line, the loan management fee, that's the other, the loan funds are in those other entities. And so they earn the interest income in the other budgets we approved, and then they pay a management fee.
Okay.
So I think those ones going up are coming
So
to
that-
that 80,000 is a step up, and that
So
does.
you're going from the line 40/20, the interest income up to the loan management.
I think the interest income that Doreen's showing here is the CDs and the cash, the interest income on cash reserves.
Yeah.
The top line number, the loan management fee, is the interest income through the loan funds that then gets paid to the IDA
Okay.
For us
to manage those loan funds.
Yeah.
Because the IDA doesn't, maybe has very few, if any, loans through the IDA now.
That
There are.
probably,
Yeah, we had,
Probably could
there was
up
an
that
original
number.
loan management fee set up with, so we manage a fund that's actually Yates County's loan program.
Okay.
And so there was a loan management fee for us managing that, and then we took basically that same formula and applied it to us managing the Horizon and CRC funds.
Gotcha.
Trying to find it, but I think it's 75,000 from the Horizon entity loan management fee in the budget, and 5,000 in the other one, which totals the 80 that
Gotcha.
matches there.
Okay.
But that does stand out as a big drop down.
Yeah,
But
I was just trying to make sense of that.
so yeah, so for that 140, the CD renewed in April, it's gonna renew next week. So that's where a lot of that's coming from, besides the money, interest we get on the money market account. We probably could up that a little bit, cause we're gonna,
What's going on with snowplowing? Oh,
don't-
never mind, I'm looking at, yeah, so in 2025 budget, it was 15,000, next year it's 100,000.
That's legal.
Oh, I'm sorry,
It's
I
legal.
dropped a line, okay.
I was
yeah.
like-
We're expecting a lot of
You
snow
guys-
this
I
year.
would like
you
to
guys-
snow plow.
you see some more parking lot
I
space
volunteer.
here?
Do you have that
I need,
crystal ball?
I need my ruler out here, so.
that's okay.
I dropped a line, like, well, what is happening? We're trying to get heavier. Did you guys get the farmer's
winemaking, I
almanac?
want
Yeah.
snow
Did you
plow.
get
Couple
input
of things.
from Steve's group on what they project, or is it just?
Originally.
Yeah.
And then again, a lot of it depends on what happens. Like, do we,
Right, sure.
like, I really don't know what to.
But is this worst case scenario, or is this just middle of the road, the 100,000?
I think from where we're at now, it's
Pretty accurate.
yeah,
Bird.
maybe a
Okay.
little bit towards a worst case, but not maybe all the way.
Okay.
It's not snowplowing.
It's not snowplowing.
And what improvements do you have earmarked for the park right now? That would be up to the 250?
We have, well, Joe and I are still discussing it, but we have, still working on some roofs. We have some paving in the parking lot that we need to take care of. And we're still there's a shed out back that needs some work. That still stems back from the flood with the water coming through. Joe did get through there, cause there's some posts that are broken that need to be repaired, and we're not sure how to do that. We don't wanna spend the money until do some work behind the sheds to make sure the water's not going to continue to come through there as well. But he did, so, I'm trying to think what else him and I discussed. He keeps coming up with a lot, and I have my own list
Sure.
too, but, those are the main things.
Okay.
There's a couple more roads.
The roofs and the paving.
Roofs
chewed
and
up pretty
paving,
quick.
yeah.
Paving's expensive.
Paving is expensive. Plus, we have some, aging HVAC units as well. So, I mean, we're trying to keep them going, but.
Okay. Any other questions on the budget?
It was extremely hard, cause I don't know what anything's gonna do.
We always do tend to be a little bit conservative on the revenue, not a lot, but if we build in any cushion, it's more on the revenue side. And we sort of do the opposite on the expense side, be a little bit more aggressive in what we might spend.
That's what I was thinking on the improvements, if we come down,
Yeah.
where we don't think we're gonna have it, we just defer it again, deferred maintenance is always cost you. When you say conservative on the revenue, so less than actual, so it's.
We are hopeful
Yeah.
we will be above what is shown.
Sure.
I guess you're tracking at 128 ahead from the projection to the
It's
budget.
not, like I said, we're not super conservative with it, like it's pretty
Sure.
real, but if we hedge a little bit.
So as it's presented right now, if you take out the funding of the 50,000 into a capital reserve, there's a $75,125 that would need to come from reserves in order to make the 250,000 of improvements to the property. You know,
Yep.
like if you take this 50 out,
Yep.
that drops down to
Drops down to 75,
75.
yep.
So I was thinking under other income, if you added like capital reserves of 75,000, like right here,
Yep.
then this number is a zero.
Okay.
I don't know if we have to do it that way, and if you can
We
you don't have
don't.
to do it that way if you don't want to, it's just that.
Well, but that's what the
It
reserve's
shows,
for.
it shows.
That's
if you-
what the reserve's there
If you
for,
have
so,
planned
yeah,
expenses,
yeah.
that shows where
Yeah.
the funds are coming
Mhm.
from to do the planned expenses, so that, to me, that makes sense in this planning
You're right.
document to do it
For
that
sure.
way.
How much is in our cap reserve right now?
We don't have a separate account for that, so we don't really, just whatever our reserve money is, we don't really have any.
So what we put in the CDs, the $1,000,000.
Yeah, that would be part of it. Like I said, we don't really,
We had talked,
we've talked about it, we haven't done anything about it.
This- I know that we talked a little bit about it a year ago, about,
Keeping the reserve.
like, do you create a separate,
Separate.
a separate account to then have
Right.
towards capital?
Yeah.
But for right now, I mean, the agency's is in a healthy cash position. So there are ample reserves to do it. And it's broken out into cash and then restricted cash. The restricted is the loan funds. The non-restricted is what could be used to fund the improvements. Any other comments or questions on the agenda before we ask for a vote? All right, then I would ask for a motion to approve the agenda with the changes that we talked about.
so move, Jared.
Is there a second?
Now, Steve?
Thank you, Steve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, that's carried. And our last item on the agenda today is the discussion for the annual meeting.
Yeah.
Elusive.
No, this is gonna happen.
Did we approve the budget just now, or we just approved the budget, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you said agenda.
Yeah. I'm just confused.
I'm sorry, what,
That's all right.
did I say agenda?
I think so.
I was just saying, next item on the agenda is the
Before
annual
that.
meeting.
Prior to that,
motion to approve the
The
budget.
budget, yeah.
The budget,
We got it.
as
We're good
presented,
there.
with
There we
the
go.
On the
changes
agenda.
discussed.
So moved, Larry.
Yeah,
I'm good.
take do-over, John.
Just.
We're good?
Get that.
All good.
All right.
They redid it with the,
Okay, yep.
okay.
I misspoke when I was calling for the vote, I'm sorry. The budget being approved,
It's my fault.
not the agenda, not the
Listen to
agenda.
intent. I should have called it. I was looking at my daily sales report.
So, all right, so last item up on the agenda is the annual meeting discussion.
Which will not be the 13th. So it is moving a little bit. I have a EDC conference that I would be coming back that day, which would make it, while doable, challenging. I'd have to leave a little early. So the 19th is good with the chamber. It's good with the facility, which will likely be, I think it's with the Chubb Hollow Event Center.
So November 19th?
November 19th, which is our next scheduled meeting anyways. It would clearly be a difference of time. It would not be at 7:30 in the morning.
Well, that'll give us time to adjust the date that morning.
That's it.
You get a point one more time?
This is gonna happen. I'll show you guys. It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
It's gonna happen in 2026.
What, this year or?
This
Yeah.
year, this year.
This is the year.
Meeting
Oh,
the
it's
same
gonna
morning
Gonna make
of
varsity
the
coach.
annual meeting to make sure we have.
Is it an evening thing, or is it'll be a
Like,
day afternoon?
Afternoon. I think it's 3 to, I don't know if I have to check with the chambers. We are doing it in partnership with the chamber.
Okay.
So it'll be a combined event. I think it's 3 o'clock. I will
Okay.
verify that.
That's a Wednesday, correct?
That's a Wednesday. Yep. The 20th on a Thursday is also open. I don't know if there's a date with the 4 of you here that's better than the other.
Just have a bank holiday party that night in Geneva, but
Which night?
the 19th. But it's not till
You said
5:30.
it's a day
so
event.
if you're doing it at 3, I'm good.
Okay.
That whole week, we're gonna be kind of in flux, Kelly and I, with our due date that week, so we'll see. But, yeah, so I don't really have any input on this.
Does the 19th or 20th work better for Steve, Marisa, either of you?
As long as
20th
it's,
would work better.
and for me, as long as it's before 5 o'clock, because then it's central.
But
Okay.
Yeah, both work for me at 3.
Both work for you.
We definitely have standing meetings on that Wednesdays in the evening.
Okay.
So we do, but again, I'm gonna be.
So 20th would be.
Abstain from any
Such a-
kind of input on that, cause I don't know where we'll be. Hopefully in
Okay.
Auburn.
Literally having a baby in a
Yeah, I
house.
don't even know what house I'll be in. So, maybe in Ryan's house.
That doesn't seem so likely.
Right?
You got the vest on today, though. You can get an invite.
There you go.
That's good.
But yeah.
Let's stick together.
That's brothers.
July vest
all
on,
right.
July get.
All right, I will verify that today with the chamber and shoot something out. I'll aim for sounds like the 20th would be a little bit easier.
A little bit easier if it
Okay.
doesn't work
Fine.
for the chamber, I'll make the 20th.
All right, we'll just ask Kelly to hold off on delivery a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Cross those legs.
Since according to Jared, she's fine.
Sorry. I'm allowed.
Help. Okay,
Better coming from you than.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
so that's all I have right now. I don't, for you three, do we need to go back into executive to finish that discussion? Don't know how clear I was on my answer for on one part of it.
But we do have, Senator, decisions out eminent, right? We have to the end of the.
Yeah, we got time. We got time. Okay.
That might be better.
Yeah,
Okay,
Alright, so not bad.
good?
I think we're good.
All right, then that concludes the agenda for today. I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move Joe.
Jared and seconded Steve. We're adjourned.
There we go.
Take care, guys.
Thank